Hey guys, welcome back to Mesha's Corner. Today I'll be making my Moscato Braised beef chuck. So yeah, let's get started. As you can see here, I already pre-prepped my chuck steak. I used the Grill Mates hamburger seasoning. That's what I used on here. You could just go with salt and pepper, but I had it, so I used it. Also use some salt and pepper on your steak, both sides. We're going to sear this off in a screaming hot skillet because we want some color on this. And then we're going to move on to the next step. Alright, so my chuck is in the pot right now. I'm probably going to stir it for about 10 minutes on each side. And then we're going to start sauteing the vegetables. Alright, so let's go over ingredients in our little skillet here. I have a cup and a half of chopped carrots. I have a whole medium white onion. I have 5 crushed garlic cloves. And I have 3 tablespoons of chopped sage. Chopped fresh sage, salt and pepper, and I'm sauteing it now in some butter, and we're going to saute these for about 10 minutes. Okay, so to my vegetables I'm going to add 2 tablespoons of flour. You're going to mix this up and cook it out for 2 minutes. Alright, now I'm going to add the Moscato in here. I'm adding 5 cups of Moscato. You can use whatever brand you could get a hold of. I'm using Genevieve blush. That's the one I'm using. And you're going to add 5 cups in here, cook it out for 3 minutes. So I decided to put my meat in my pressure cooker. So if you have one of these pressure cookers, you can do it in your pan, of course. Put it in the oven for 2 to 3 hours. That's totally fine. That's what I was going to do. But I changed my mind. So I'm going to use my pressure cooker, and I'm going to use the soup and stew option. And I already have my meat down in here. Once I'm done with the sauce, then we're going to pour everything down in here and let it go. Now that it's back up to a boil, now I'm going to add my chicken broth. I'm adding a cup and a half of chicken broth. Bring this back up to a boil, and then we're going to pour it all into the pressure cooker. Make sure once this comes to a boil, guys, that you taste it. Make sure it has enough salt, enough pepper. It should taste seasoned before you pour it onto your meat. Because once it's in the pressure cooker, you can't do anything. So make sure you taste your sauce. Okay guys, everything's down in there, and now I'm just going to let it go, and I'll show you guys what it looks like when it's done. And I'm also going to move on to the next step, which is the potatoes. We're going to cook those separately. So yeah, in this skillet here I have a couple tablespoons of butter and my potatoes. You're probably wondering why my potatoes are in circles. I use the melon baller to get the circles, and that's why they look like balls. So if you have a melon baller, go ahead and use it. However, if you don't have one, just chop it up. It's totally fine. And you're going to saute this in butter, salt, and pepper. Pop it in the oven for about 15 to 20 minutes. And then we're going to toss it into some herbs. These are what the potatoes look like. I tossed them in some fresh parsley and some fresh cilantro. And that's all that is. So yeah, I'm going to put this to the side and let it sit, because we're going to garnish the meat, which is still cooking, with the potatoes. Okay, she's almost done. Already falling apart. It's cooked all the way down. Ooh, it's getting foggy. Okay, so now we're going to re-season. You know, we already cooked those herbs out, so we're going to re-season. I'm going to add a couple tablespoons more of my sage and some peppers. I'm using 3 different colors of peppers. I'm also going to put a tablespoon of brown sugar down in there, just to let up off some of the spice. And then I'm also going to put some more of the seasoning that we started with, about a teaspoon more of that. But again, guys, that's because mine needed it, because I tasted it and I wanted it. So make sure you taste your food as you go. Mix this up, let the peppers cook about 10 minutes, and then I'm going to plate it up and let y'all see what it looks like. So this is what the chuck stew looks like. Remember those potatoes that we did earlier? I placed them around the stew. As you can see, they stand out. If I had put them in the stew, then you wouldn't really see them. They'll just be mixed in with everything else. So yeah, I hope you enjoy watching me make this recipe. If you make it, tag me on my social media networks and let me know what you think. And I'll see you guys next time on my next video. Okay, bye.